Hey guys, Mimi here. You're probably expecting me to do a full review of Hollywood Squares. I hate to disappoint you, but this is going to be a short rant video where I point my camera to the TV and say, what's wrong with this reboot and why is the older variations better? But to be fair, it's not the worst variation of Hollywood Squares. That actually belongs to VH1's version of Hip Hop Squares. But out of all the Hollywood Squares, this and the Hollywood Squares half on the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour are the worst. For different reasons. First, I'm going to go over what they did right with the show and what they did wrong with the show. They remastered the theme song from the 60s version with Peter Marshall. They did that because, well, Peter Marshall passed away just before the show came back. And if he didn't pass away, or if he passed away a little before, they probably would have picked a different theme song for the show. I know I'm probably going to sound biased when I say this, but they should have remastered the I Love Hollywood theme song from the 1998 to 2000 era of the show. That was the era of the show I grew up watching Hollywood Squares, so cut me some slack. That's what got me into this show to begin with. I did eventually watch the original 60s version reruns on Game Show Network, and they were good. I just preferred the Tom Bergeron era because, again, that was the first one I saw. The theme song stuck to me, everything about that version. So I'm pretty much going to be comparing the late 90s to early 2000s era to this. And the H squared era as well. Those were the two best eras of the show. So the celebrities they got, well, mostly they have Drew Barrymore in the center square where Whoopi Goldberg was in the 90s version, or Paul Lynde in the 60s version. They had other celebrities. Tom Bergeron actually appeared in a few episodes as well, so that's something. And then you have other celebrities like Drew Carey or other celebrities as well. But, yeah. I don't like this reboot because it's slow-paced, just like CMT's Nashville Squares and VH1's Hip Hop Squares. And I'm just going to say this, the older Hip Hop Squares that aired on MTV2 was way better than the VH1 version. Because it was fast-paced just like the older Hollywood Squares. And I love the theme song to that version where they sing Ain't No Party, like a hip-hop party, because they have no party, don't stop. The theme song was on YouTube till the uploader took it down. But I won't go into detail. But this is slow-paced. They don't always get right to the end of the second game. The only time we ever had contestants not make it past to the second game was the You Fool episode back in the early 2000s. That was the most iconic episode of my favorite era of Hollywood Squares. Then what's interesting about this is on this version of the show, they start off with a secret square in the first round, and I think the second round as well, just like the old 60s version, so that's a pro. I like having the secret square in the first two rounds, or at least if nobody wins it in the first round, they move it over to the next round and put it behind another celebrity, so that's a step in the right direction. Whoever gets 3 in a row or 5 squares, they kept that the same. And then when time's up, the one who has the most cash at the end goes to the bonus round. And now here's where the bad comes in the show. The bonus round is what happens if you combine my favorite bonus game from the 90s era to the 9 Keys game from the H Square era, which one of my good friends likes that bonus round. I mean, I like that bonus round too, but this is what happens if you combine both of them and try to be creative and do something like that. The contestant will have 60 seconds to go through all 9 stars. They each have an envelope, but only one of them has an envelope containing 25,000. The others are blank envelopes with nothing on them. And in order to win the 25,000, they have to pick that star and answer a question correctly, whether they agree or disagree completely. That's off of the H squared era, but except that version you have 30 seconds. I would have probably given them 45 seconds if I did the show. And if I were to do either of the 2 bonus rounds, I would just do pick a star and answer 1 question and you win the prize if you answer correctly. Or just do the 9 keys. Combining them into one was not a good idea. Because most of the time when they get questions right and stuff, they're guaranteed to win. But there has been times where the celebrities they end up with do not have the cash. I've seen it happen before. So if this show ever gets a revival, hopefully they take notes and do things in the right direction. So I'm sorry to say, but this reboot of Hollywood Squares, they did some things right, but they did things not so right as well. So between this and the Tic-Tac-Dough reboot, rest in peace to both of the original hosts, Peter Marshall and Wink Martindale. But all I'm going to say is this Hollywood Squares reboot, well, you decide. I'm not thrilled with this reboot. You may like it, but I sadly don't. They probably could have picked a better theme song or fixed the bonus round. You get the idea. I'm sorry to say, but I'm not thrilled with this reboot. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Keep Memes 25 signing off.